Hi, my name is Darren Porter, and I'm at the Avon River. Today we had a celebration of working together, and we worked. I'm the commercial fisherman. I'm the fishery spokesman for the area, and I work with the Mi'kmaq, and I work with everybody. And we've been working on trying to improve the fish passage here in Windsor for a very long time, and we're just finally starting to make ground together. And it's a goodwill story right now in the province where you hear nothing but commercial fishermen and Mi'kmaq fighting, and we're not fighting here. We work side by side.
And can you say a little bit about what's happened with the river, what's been going on, and
The province, the province has operated this for everything besides fish passage. They operate it for other human uses or wills, for visual appearance of the lake, more so than they do for life. And we're changing it to be operated for life, and other users adapt to that.
so they're blocking, you're a fisherman, they're blocking the salmon from...
Right now, this time of year, is salmon, interbay funny salmon, which is a cerealiscent species at risk.
And what happens when they block it?
They don't make it. They don't spawn, they don't reproduce. The only species that they concentrate on is gas bro. It's currently, but this will change.
And Darren, why wouldn't they put in a bridge to allow the fish to move freely?
Because it's not what the politicians want. The local politicians don't want a bridge. They want another man-controlled river, another man-controlled gate system.
And why is that? I mean, it doesn't seem like it's healthy for the environment.
It's not. They don't care about that. They care about what they want. It's what they want. Right? Basically, we're in a situation where they want what they want. There's other options. They don't want to entertain them. They just want what they want.
And these grandmothers have been here for how many days?
It's around 150.
150 days
Straight.
staying, sort of praying with the sacred fire and ceremony for the fish, really, right?
Yep.
It's not about fishery. It's
No.
not about money.
No.
It's about saving our environment and saving the fish.
That's right. We're doing the right thing. We're doing what we should be doing. Under the Fisheries Act, we have a very strong Fisheries Act in Canada right now, and it's not being implemented properly, and hopefully soon it will be.
So what can people do? How can they support this mission? Is there
Education, awareness, get along, come together, right? Study, educate yourselves, come down and visit, right?
And tell me about the three wisdom, the three pairs of wisdom that you...
Well, what we did up here is we started working with local knowledge, traditional knowledge, Mi'kmaq. Local knowledge was the local fishery and the academics, universities, and we brought it together to try to create wisdom. And we've done a pretty darn good job of it, right? So this will be a success story at some point.
But you've looked at, you were saying earlier, come with me here, ladies. Right, you were saying earlier that you've looked at kind of local information and then research and...
Well, I fish here locally, so I am the local knowledge, and we gathered local knowledge from everybody we could too as well. Other fishermen, old fishermen, academic papers, everything. We gathered it all, and we implemented it together, side by side. And that's the only way we're going to win this, is doing it together. Separate, we're weak. Together, we're very strong.
And what about the two-eyed wisdom Audra told me to ask you about?
Oh, yeah. Two-eyed seeing. That's Albert Marshall. You should study Albert Marshall and two-eyed seeing, right? It's just looking from a Western set of eyes and working from a traditional Mi'kmaq set of eyes, right? So we're very different that way. Like, it's almost, even though we speak the same language now, we don't. People don't take the time to understand somebody beside themselves in most cases, and you need to take the time. It makes you grow as a human being. It's almost like one side speaks Russian, one side speaks English, another side speaks French, and neither one of us can speak each other's languages until we learn to, right? So we're just different, and we have to spend time with each other to change. You just don't. It just doesn't just come. You've got to actually put the work in. If you go get a university degree, it takes you 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years, right? And that's to learn academic knowledge. Ask yourself, how many years did you put in learning traditional knowledge? Most people never put a single day in. Or local knowledge, You have to put time in to understand this stuff. It doesn't just come for free, right?
So, well, I just want to thank you for all the work that you've done, because you said 2 decades, right, that you've been doing this, and it's so encouraging to know that you're a local fisherman, that you're working side by side. You mentioned different groups that were here today. Can you talk about that? The Peace Warriors?
Oh, there was the Warrior Society was here today. You've got grandmothers here today. You got commercial fishers here. You had DFO officers here today. You got locals, just local people that care about the river here today. You got the grandmothers here today. You got a lot of people here.
It's wonderful, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Any other closing comments?
No, that's fine.
That you'd have?
We're good.
Okay, thanks, Darren.
Yeah, so I can explain the whole thing to you if you want to do.
I'll just close up here. I'm just going to turn it around. So you heard from Darren Porter, and it's just been an amazing experience here today. You can see some of the grandmothers in the background just putting away their ceremony. They had a water ceremony, included us all. We weren't allowed to tape it, but it was sage where they cleansed, their offerings, and all of us in a circle. And I don't know if I can say this without crying, but these ladies, these grandmothers, traditional Mi'kmaq grandmothers, have been out here for 160 days. In this little tent behind me, praying, and doing traditional ceremony for the fish. For the fish on this passageway and for the river. It's not about fishermen. You just heard it from Darren Porter. It's not about, Aboriginal rights or treaties. This is about our land, right? We have to take a stand against governments and corporations that are putting these laws and putting this in place without giving consideration to our land and to our animals. So the Causeway page, I think Audrey mentioned it earlier, was the Windsor Causeway and Facebook page. Darren Porter, you just heard. You can follow Audrey Rollins, and I'll have some links when I get home. But I just want to thank you for listening. Please share this information, and hopefully there's going to be a change. But these 4 grandmothers that are here representing different Mi'kmaq tribes from around the Maritimes are so inspirational. And they're really an example of what our humanity needs to be. So share this message, save the fish, support the Mi'kmaq grandmothers who are trying to do the same. This is Dr. Dina Churchill signing out.